Welcome to the American Valor podcast. Today we are speaking with Jeremy Mitchel. Jeremy is the founder and chief creative of Mitchel Bat Co. out of Nashville, Tennessee. He combines his passion for baseball and design to create a heritage-inspired hand-painted baseball bat for clients such as Nike, Boston Red Sox, Louisville Slugger, Ralph Lauren, and many more. Jeremy, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, I'm a huge baseball fan, as you can tell from my company, and I've been a baseball fan my whole life. And being in Nashville, growing up in the Nashville area, there's no baseball team nearby. So like the Braves or the Cubs, the Reds are really the only teams that are close to us. And so as a kid, I collected baseball cards and I loved every player. I didn't really have a favorite team, and so there's pictures of me like in a Mets hat and like a Yankees jersey, and so I just kind of mixed and matched, whatever I wanted to. But yeah, baseball is in me. It's in my DNA.
I love that story of mixing and matching because, we are baseball fans, right? And sometimes, you feel like you want to differentiate yourself. And that was a great way of doing it. Although in the Bronx, that would probably cause some conversations, right? But
No, no,
folks, we're
right.
excited to have you, Jeremy, and listen to your story. And at the Bob Feller Act of Valor Foundation, we strive to educate, support, and recognize by instilling the timeless values of service, sacrifice, legacy, and citizenship. Now, Jeremy, based on the four pillars mentioned, I would like to start today's conversation with sacrifice. And are you a business owner? I'm sure you are well acquainted with some sacrifices, but creating a hand painted bat is a labor of love, with each bat telling a unique story. So, can you share some of the sacrifices you've made to keep this heritage craft alive and why it's worth it?
Yeah, sacrifices. So, gosh, like I said, I've been doing this for 11 years, and through that, in that 11 years, I've had a full-time job. And so I'm working 40 hours a week, and then I'm coming home and working another 40 hours a week, getting this baseball bat company started and helping it grow. And so free time was a big thing that I sacrificed at the beginning, and still continue to sacrifice. I don't sacrifice free time with my kids or family, so I have to put my family first. And so sometimes that means working at midnight to 2 a.m., midnight to 3 a.m., sometimes getting up 5 o'clock in the morning before anybody gets up. And so sacrificing free time and rest, um, and at times, sometimes my health, when I'm tired, uh, I don't feel like working. My body isn't as spry as it was 11 years ago before I started this. And one time I actually sacrificed my car uh, to uh, to paint bats. And when the humidity was too high in Nashville, the paint doesn't do as well in the humidity. So I had to do the best I could, and painted bats in my car with the air on. uh, not the best choice, but I had to get it done, and that was many years ago before I had my own climate controlled studio.
That's amazing how a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs, they tell similar stories, not, like that one about the car, but of going to places that you would not even imagine would be a possible spot, a car, AC. It makes sense when you're thinking about climate control, but the car doesn't immediately come as a place of going to. But what I love about that is that as an entrepreneur, you did not let the obstacles be in the way. You created a way. And so kudos to you for doing that. Now, part of what you do is a service, right? So your work contributes to the community by preserving baseball's history and heritage. How do you see your company as a way of giving back or serving baseball fans and collectors?
Sure. Well, I mean, baseball is America's pastime, and it always has been. And I I personally love American made goods and anything that's handmade in America by Americans. It's just the American way. And so when before I started the bat company, I wanted a bat to hang on my wall in my office, and I didn't just want to just like hang any old bat that you can find anywhere. I wanted a very nice, like, handcrafted, hand painted baseball bat, and I couldn't find any at the time. And so that was one of the big reasons why I started Mitchell Bat, was because I wanted it. And soon after I launched it, I realized that other people did want it. And so it is taking that, baseball and America's pastime, and putting it together, because it takes a long time to customize a baseball bat. And baseball games sometimes can go into the 3 hour mark. I know with the pitch clock, things have been, MLB's tried to make things faster, but I was against that. I wanted the game to go 4 hours, 5 hours. I wanted to watch a baseball game for a long, long time. And so when I think about how the process, the tediousness of painting a baseball bat is very much mimics what's going on the field.
Absolutely. Now, your handcrafted bats and painted bats have found their way to company walls, right? I saw a picture that you sent me of your bats proudly placed on a wall in a company. Beautiful artwork. And so now, as we're talking about what you're doing here and in the future, let's talk a little bit about legacy. Heritage and legacy seem deeply woven into your brand. And so, what legacy do you hope to leave behind through these bats? And what values do you want people to remember about your company?
Yeah, so I think that when you take a Mitchell bat out of a box, you purchase a Mitchell bat, and you get it in your possession, you pull it out of that box. It's instantly an heirloom item. Like, it's something that you're going to take really, really good care of. You're going to keep it on your wall for many, many years, and after you're gone, that bat is still gonna be around. And that bat that your father bought or your grandfather bought is going to be handed down to you. So there's a legacy there. And as far as like me personally, like my company, like, I want to hand down Mitchell Bat to my kids. I have three daughters, and they're not to the age yet where they can actually do work for me yet, but I can see them in the future. When they're teenagers or when they're young adults, to when it comes time for them to have their first job. um, I want them to work for Mitchell Bat, and I don't want them to do what I did, and go and make snow cones for 40 hours a week. I started working at age 15, and I had a really good work ethic early on, but I probably didn't have a very good work life balance. And I want my kids to have good work ethic, but also a very good work life balance. Unlike me working 80 hours to 100 hours a week as a teenager selling Air Maxes and Jordans at the mall. But we had a lot of fun. But looking back on that, I kind of wish I would have dialed it back a little bit.
Well, definitely inputting something into their future is part of legacy. And so good on you for setting them up for that. And hopefully they will take that company to greater heights than you have. Now, baseball, you mentioned earlier, was America's pastime. And I told you before we started that I grew up across the street from Yankee Stadium. So I heard vividly every crack of the bat. If it was a home run, every shout of the fan, and it was definitely part of my childhood. So it also molded me as a citizen. So as we're talking about citizenship, your company celebrates baseball, a sports that have been called America's pastime. How do you feel this connects to the idea of good citizenship and our shared national identity?
Absolutely. I think we'll all have to work together. You know, Just like a baseball team, if somebody throws the ball to first base and there's nobody there to catch it, then we're going to fail. And so I think America's pastime means more than just a game to me. I think it means teamwork, and I think it means American teamwork. And I think that no matter where we all come from, we all have to work together, and we all have to be kind to each other. And so I think that's my answer to that question.
Well, definitely baseball has had an impact on unity of people, right? You go through any stadium and you just span across all seats and you will see every type, color, shape, creed, everything all
Mm-hmm.
in one place. And it truly is an embodiment of what it is to be an American citizen. And I love that baseball still provides that, today. So you have a great product. I've seen it. We're talked about it. Where can our audience learn more about you and how to support you?
You can go to the website, mitchelbatco.com, and then everywhere social media is found. If you search Mitchell Batco, you'll find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm even on LinkedIn, so you can search my name, Jeremy Mitchell, on LinkedIn, and I'm there.
Outstanding. Well, folks, we'll have all that information as part of the show notes so that you can get a hold of Jeremy and his great company and support them in any way that you can. Now, for more information on the foundation, please visit us at our website, activevaloraward.org. And on behalf of the Bob Feller Active Valor Foundation, thank you all for joining us on this episode.